Is Brittany, has she already left or is she coming down?
Just let her know that we're bringing out the jury.
All right, if you all want to have your witness on a witness stand, please.
Is there a barbecue in the courthouse?
Not here. We need to find
what
where
I
that
said.
is.
Like something. It didn't smell like that.
Smell like a restaurant, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right, did we get copies?
Yeah, we're getting copies.
All right, and we are ready.
All right, for the jury. I mean.
All right, everyone, please be seated. All right, and I believe where we left off, State, it's your witness, and you're still under oath.
Thank you, Your Honor. When's the last time you spoke with Mr. Garcia Sanchez?
Sunday,
Sunday of this week.
yes, it was Sunday,
Okay.
like this weekend.
And what was that conversation regarding?
He saw Sebastian.
Hmm.
We went out to eat. It was just a normal conversation about how's your mom doing? And I have a sister, how's your sister doing? And just regular stuff with Sebastian.
So y'all went out and had a meal together.
Did we?
All right, I'm sorry to interrupt just one moment. Do you need to move around the room?
I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, you can proceed.
Y'all went to have a meal together?
Yes, we went to a restaurant.
Is this something that is common when you discuss Sebastian?
Yes, it's coming that we go out to eat.
How often do you guys go out to eat?
Probably twice a month.
You know, I'm gonna object to relevance as to reasons having a meal together. I mean, it doesn't concern this case.
All right, State, relevance.
It goes to the witness's credibility. If she has ongoing relationship with the defendant, it can go to.
All right, that'll be overruled.
I haven't questioned her credibility just yet, Judge.
All right, it'll be overruled.
So you see the defendant regularly,
More or less every 2 weeks to see Sebastian, only when Sebastian.
and when you guys go out to eat, do you pay for the meal?
Objection, Judge. What does that have to do with anything? It's not relevant to these proceedings. Who pays for the meals?
And it's going to be a similar.
All right, that'll be overruled.
Sometimes I pay for the meal. Most of the time he pays for the meal.
Okay. And have y'all ever discussed who would pay the child support if the divorce were to be finalized and granted?
Judge, again, relevance as to child support issues.
Your Honor, if the defendant is convicted in this case and goes to prison, he would not be able to pay.
All right,
child-
that will be sustained.
So you talked about Mr. Garcia Sanchez's injuries, him being out of work because of those injuries. How debilitating were those injuries?
On the very first year, he couldn't do much. Like he couldn't be sitting down because it was the neck and then the back. we couldn't do, we used to go out, like I said, to have meals, right, at the restaurant. We would have to be briefly, so the very first year,
Can she get closer to the mic, George? I can-
okay. Okay, so I'm so sorry.
Hold on, please. Oh, this is your mic?
Yes.
Ah, see, we were asking who this belonged to.
Just your mic.
I put it here so I can see it. Yeah, it's already inside.
All right, thank you. Let me ask you, do you need it here or would it be best next to her?
No, it's better here, unless that bothers you.
No, it doesn't bother me, now that I know what it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ask your question, please.
So that first year, you said the injuries were quite debilitating. What year was that?
This is, the first injury happened on September 2016. In 30 days, the second one occurred. So the second one was around October 30th or 31st, 2016. That's back injury.
Okay, and since the back injury, has he been able to, for instance, could he pick up Sebastian?
No, he has never picked up Sebastian.
Never picked up Sebastian since the back injury?
Right, Sebastian was already walking, so there was no need for him to lift him up, but he has never like carry or trying to pick up Sebastian at all.
How could he put Sebastian in a car seat without lifting him off the ground?
The car seat, Sebastian wasn't using the. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, 2016, I was doing all of that.
Okay.
He was
So-
not able to bend down or anything. He was not able to, I was the one doing the groceries and getting them up the stairs, the 45 bottled water from Sam's, all that stuff. I was doing all of that. He wasn't able to lift up, if not even a load of laundry. He couldn't. He couldn't pick up the basket to do the laundry. So he wasn't able to do that.
And does he have any cars?
He has a car.
Does he ever work on the car?
No, he doesn't know nothing about mechanic from what I know.
And um, let's go back to was he getting physical therapy?
Yes.
Was he doing, do you know what exercises he was doing in his physical therapy?
No, I cannot remember. I had to stay outside. But I did remember seeing like a ball or something trying to push a ball. That's the only thing I can remember. I had to stay outside.
Mhm.
That room.
When you guys moved apartments, did you guys, did he move any of the items himself?
We moved apartments.
Yes, I believe to, was it Sierra Royale?
I don't know, but I'm trying to see, to think who helped us, because he couldn't do much. No, we had somebody helping us. I believe it was a friend of his. Oh, and it was a neighbor
So
too that helped us.
when y'all moved into those apartments, how many trucks did you use?
We did a few trips. We used the two vehicles. We have a regular truck, pickup truck, and we had a Denali Yukon. So but we did a few trips because of that.
Which one would he drive?
Either one. It wasn't specifically. he would drive both.
Mm.
But most of the time, it was that Denali because he had a comfort on the seat for the back. But he was, we would drive both.
So, on the day that y'all moved into the new apartment, which vehicle did he drive?
Goodness, I don't remember.
Okay. But he was going separate in a separate vehicle from you, correct?
Yes, and I would say it was the Denali.
Okay.
When the injury happened, he used more the Denali because that seat you can recline it more. But I don't remember, like, it's not, that memory is not coming to me because we did a few trips and everything, but I wouldn't be able to. I don't remember, but I would say it was a Denali.
And who was riding with him over there?
We did a few trips. So it was just probably him.
Did he ever take Mia with him?
No, the kids were not because they were already on the new apartment and it was him and the Billy, the other guy helping him. And so the kids were not riding.
So Mia was already at the new apartment.
Yes, like they had to make the trips and the kids were in the apartment waiting, you know,
Okay.
and I was there with them, kind of like just putting, I was there with them, just putting the things away, you know.
You were at the new apartment?
Yes,
I thought you said you were also helping move.
well, we did a few trips.
Okay. Was
But
there,
the kids, they couldn't be too much like on the way. If I remember, you know, it was a few trips, not just one, you know.
Mhm.
So I remember that the kids, at some point I did stay with the kids at the apartment. And they went and got more stuff. And I was over here waiting, I mean, putting away the stuff that we had already brought in, waiting for the new stuff, you know, to put it away.
Okay. So you guys are moving stuff in separate vehicles
Okay, so yes, so.
and so was he ever alone at the new apartment with Mia?
The day of the moving? I don't recall him being alone, to be honest with you, I would say no.
Even though you were going back and forth moving items in a separate vehicle?
Yes, because remember, we are moving, so it's like everybody's busy getting stuff, but it was mainly him and Billy, the gentleman. They were doing the main thing of the big, the furniture, you know, so they were in charge of that. I was more like in the kitchen with the kids and stuff like that, getting all that stuff, the clothes, organizing stuff like that. That's what I remember.
Mhm. And the friend who was there, what was his name?
Billy, he was a neighbor. I don't know if he's still there. Billy. Billy.
Okay. And did he move any boxes on that day?
He wasn't able to lift the stuff or bend down. So just like pushing stuff. And
So he was completely disabled.
he was able to, by then he was able to walk. He was able to walk, but not bend down because the injury was in the back and spine, in the neck.
So why was he involved in the moving at all?
He
if
was
couldn't
doing
help?
minimal.
What did he do? How did he help?
Drive, he would do that.
Yeah.
He wasn't bending or anything because we knew that he was injured, you know?
Mhm.
So Billy was doing a lot, myself, you know, putting, like you said, boxes, carrying the bags. It was a 2-story going into a 1-story apartment. So he was just doing that, like the driving, just pushing stuff in the truck, making sure that everything's okay, so it can be.
And Billy was riding with him?
Billy would drive, yes. Billy didn't drive the trucks. Correct.
He's not able to drive?
I don't know, sir, to be honest with you. He was just there helping us, but I honestly,
hearing you. Speak up.
I'm so sorry. No, I don't know if he's able to try.
When was he able to start working again?
He started part-time a year after, probably in 2017.
But you moved into the new apartment in 2018.
I don't recall when did we move into that apartment. I just remember that the lease. Okay, hold on. I remember because the day of the, hold on, let me think. Okay. The day of the, on Memorial Day, we were discussing that the lease was gonna come up in May to be renewed. So we moved in probably, it was probably a year. So we moved in 2017. I would say probably May,
And you,
because we were discussing that the lease was gonna come up to be reviewed.
so in May of 2017, you're saying he was so disabled, he couldn't help at all
He
moving.
became, the injury happened.
Objection, I'd like to finish my question.
All right, excuse me. I said this yesterday, so I'm going to say it again today because maybe people have forgotten. There is one person to speak at a time. That means you wait for the question to be asked and then you answer it.
So you said that in May of 2017, when you're saying that you made this move, he was so disabled, he couldn't even help with the moving that day. But you also say in 2017, he was fully recovered and able to get back to work. How do you reconcile those two concepts?
He wasn't fully recovered. He went back to work because the company was paying, I'm not sure what percentage of it, and then that's the pay. He was still in therapy. He was getting, I don't remember the name of the shot on the back. Also, for the back pain to help with the back pain. And he had to go back to work, and he went back to work only part-time.
And wasn't it your testimony yesterday that the reason for the arguing and subsequent move for divorce was because in 2018, he was still in all that pain and couldn't do any work?
Okay. Hold on, you're saying that I said that the reason that he asked for the divorce was because he was in so much pain? Is that what you're saying?
You were arguing because he was angry about his pain.
That's not what I said.
And did you take her to see a counselor?
Did I took Mia to see a counselor? Yes.
Do you know about when that started?
I would say it was probably August.
Mhm.
It was only once that I took her.
You're saying you only took her to see a
Probably in
counselor?
August.
August, you said?
Yes, I don't have the exact date.
Okay.
But it was before September.
Okay, and did she, after you took her to see the counselor, did she make her outcry?
She made the outcry on the 23rd.
And did she have, sorry, you can continue.
She made the outcry on September 23rd.
Okay, and after she made her outcry, did she visit the counselor again?
Yes.
Do you know about how long she visited the counselor for?
This is September until probably January. I'm not sure if we went all the way to February because at the minute, the benefits of the insurance, it was probably January. Stop, and I had to pay a copay for her to see the counselor, and I couldn't afford. So we stopped at the moment seeing the counselor.
It wasn't Mia's idea to stop counseling?
No, sir, it was Mia's idea, correct. No.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't hear her answer.
No, it was not Mia's. decision to stop seeing the counselor.
Before she started the counseling, how were her grades?
Good.
Good.
Yes, she has always been a really good student.
How is she doing in social studies?
I don't remember the grades specifically
Mhm.
on that.
Did she ever fail social studies?
Judge, I'm gonna object to. We're not here on an issue of a student law or student.
What's the legal objection, counsel?
Yes, the objection is that relevant, Judge?
All right, how's this relevant?
Because it shows the impact on the victim and what the impact of therapy had on the victim and.
All right, that's
subsequent
sustained.
trauma. Did the counselor contact you recently? Did the counselor contact you recently?
Yes,
What was the nature, what did she want from you?
it was Monday morning. She did call me dating.
Don't say what she said. I
Okay.
just want to know the general nature of what she wanted.
She wanted permission for her to call Mr. Garcia's attorney.
And she wanted to speak to the DA's office too, right?
When I object to the leading,
Sustained.
Who, if anybody, did she want to speak to in addition to defense counsel?
She just said, I need your permission to call his attorney
Mhm.
to see if I can put in standby. Yes, that's what she said. Yes, ma'am, yes. But I need your permission to call him. And I'm like. That's what it is.
And how long was this conversation?
It was just a minute or two. It was that morning, Monday morning. And that's what she said. I'm calling you to ask you for permission. to Call his attorney. I cannot call him without your permission.